evening. A family raising money to help a relative taken ill in the Far East has vowed to continue despite his death earlier today. Robert Webb, a retired builder from Portsmouth, was in the Philippines visiting his wife but had no travel insurance. Now his family face a bill of thousands of pounds to settle medical costs and repatriate his body. Richard Jones has more.
This was Robert Webb in happier times. His marriage to his Filipino bride last year. It was while visiting her that he fell seriously ill, but he had no travel insurance to pay his medical bills. His family had been collecting money to help and today held an event at a school in Lee Park to raise funds. Then this morning they heard he had died.
I honestly thought he was getting better, and then 3 o'clock this morning we got the phone call to say he'd passed away. And as a family, we decided we'd go ahead today because we still need to pay the hospital bill. We still need to get him home.
Robert's family and friends have rallied round to help. Today's event was organised in just a week. They've already raised £3,000 to pay medical bills, but now want to bring him home.
I think we just got to pay the hospital first, and then they'll release him. And then obviously, well, I might fly out there, try and do something and then organise to get him back.
No one knows why Robert went to the Philippines without insurance. He had covered himself on previous visits, but he's not alone. It's estimated that 1 in 5 people travel overseas without insurance.
We're lucky in this country we don't have to pay those bills, but in other countries they do, and you'll be personally liable for those expenses if you are not insured. So the advice is very clear: never travel overseas without travel insurance.
With summer holiday season approaching and millions heading overseas, that is advice that Robert Webb's family will endorse following their terrible experience. Richard Jones, ITV News.
Well, a charity event to help a football fan injured during violent scenes at Euro 2016 has raised £2,000. Andrew Bash, who's 51 and from Southsea, was attacked with an iron bar before England's match against Russia. More time has been given to Sussex Police to continue questioning 2 men and 2 women arrested on suspicion of murdering a man in Crawley. The 20-year-old was found stabbed at a property on Spencer's Road. And an image of a woman has been released by police investigating a racist incident in Banbury. A woman was verbally and racially abused in Boots on Lockheed Close last month. And more than 20,000 cyclists have taken part in the 54-mile London to Brighton bike ride, raising money for the British Heart Foundation. Here's John Ra.
A sight for sore limbs. Brighton Pier and the finishing line of the gruelling London to Brighton bike ride. They saddled up at the crack of dawn in Clapham, the fastest crossing the line in less than 3 hours. The slowest, some of them casualties of punctures and wrong turns, took up to 10 hours. But they all clocked up 54 miles and £2 million for the fight against heart disease.
Target was 3 hours. We did about 3:20 last year, about 3:04 this year, so close. Traffic lights did for us at the end, coming down through Brighton. But yeah, next year.
How are conditions?
Fantastic, absolutely beautiful out there today.
The first woman to finish took part because it was Father's Day.
My father had a cardiovascular problem about 8 years ago. So the fact I can do this on Father's Day and raise some money for BHF, it sort of brings it all together quite nicely.
For one couple, it was a team effort on a tandem.
We got 3 hours, 15 minutes, which I think was okay. Yeah, conditions were lovely. The roads were closed and it's just been a lovely day.
And for these two, the finishing line was half-time. They're cycling back to London.
Best idea that we've ever had, but we'll be fine. We'll be all right, we'll take it easy, we'll get a liquid lunch, we'll be fine.
John Ryle, ITV News, Brighton.
Good luck to them and well done to everyone who took part. Well, next it's the weather, today with Kate Haskell.
From blizzards to pool, driving through Europe. Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian weather.
Hello again. A pretty wet and stormy night to come, I'm afraid. But then after that, things do settle down a touch, although it is going to feel pretty warm and muggy by the end of the week. For tonight, though, we've got a front moving in, and that's going to bring outbreaks of pretty heavy rain, I'm afraid. Rather misty and murky, particularly over the hills. Strong winds along the coast. And to top it all off, a rather uncomfortable night's sleep. Temperatures around 14 or 15 degrees. So a pretty miserable start to our day tomorrow, I'm afraid. Lots of rain around. Could make the rush hour a little bit tricky, a lot of surface water on the roads. But then as we go through the afternoon, things do calm down a touch and that rain should clear away. And we may even see some sunshine developing in places. Temperatures up around 17 or 18 degrees.
Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian weather.
Keeping a close eye on summer. The Pollen Count, sponsored by Ilogy Eye Drops.
Well, we've seen very high levels of pollen today, dipping to low tomorrow in the rain. But then after that, rising to very high again, and weed pollen will be a problem for some.
Well, that is all from us for today. Thank you for your company. I will be back tomorrow morning from after 6 in Good Morning Britain. Hope to see you then. But for now, from all of us here, have a lovely evening.